Oh, hello there. Hi, everyone. Greetings. Welcome to this kind of an impromptu live stream show. Believe it or not, my my silly brain thought tonight was Wednesday, and I was preparing myself for a conversation with my buddy Mario. But it's not Wednesday, is it? No, it's Tuesday. And I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, man, are we doing our show?" And he was like, "No, we're doing it tomorrow." And I said, "I guess I'll go do a live stream anyway," because I got myself all like worked up about it. Hey, welcome. This is an impromptu live stream. The topic of tonight's live stream is a very important one. I cannot express this enough. I have been running this Kickstarter campaign for 30 days, and just about 30 days. And this campaign is to run the production budget, to raise the production budget for a Batman the Animated Series documentary that I'm directing. And tonight I come to you telling you, hey, we got to make this happen. I'm starting to get more gray hair over this than I thought I was going to. So I have collected some questions that you guys have been sending to me over the past week. I have your questions here in a little corner. I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna read your questions on the air, and then I'm going to answer your questions live. Okay. And if you think of something that I didn't say, go ahead and put it in the comments section. We are currently live right now on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So I will read comments from any of those locations, and we'll go from there, okay? So again, tonight's video is all about this Kickstarter campaign and the progress that it's made. Incredible progress that it's made. Holy cow. Monday, was it Monday or is it Sunday? I'm really losing track of the days. Sunday, Monday, somewhere right around then, was just like massive amounts of movement. The campaign shot up like a rocket, and then it went shortly thereafter. So here's where it stands right now. We are there are 82 individual people who have said, I believe in this campaign, I believe in this film, enough to throw a couple bucks your way, Phil. And I am so grateful for those 82 people. Seriously. I think we can do better. I think there are, look, between the 2,300 friends I have on Facebook and the, I don't know, thousands, millions of fans of Batman there are, I think more than 82 people would want to get on board. So where are we tonight with the campaign? Well, monetarily, there is about $2,800 left to go. Roughly 28. I'm rounding. Roughly $2,800. Oh, thank you to Diana. Diana says, getting ready for work. I wanted to pop in and say, hey, I'm still sharing and spreading the word. Have a good live. Thank you, Diana. Have a great shift at work, and thank you for sharing. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. And again, if you can't pledge to this Kickstarter campaign, that's okay. You can still share it with people. It does help. Hey there, Valhalla's Angel. Hello. Also known as, pretty sure that's my friend Amanda. So over on Twitch there. So nice to see some Twitch love. Thank you so much for being on Twitch. Here's the deal. I know $2,800 sounds like a big number. I know it sounds like it. It's not that big of a number when you consider dividing it amongst a lot of people. So if you're sitting at home right now and you're thinking, Phil, man, I could maybe throw a 5 spot your way, but I don't see how it's going to help you get to 2,800. I promise you that it will. And just for the simple logic behind the fact that if we just keep chipping away at that number, it increases the odds that somebody will swoop in at the last moment and be like, I got this, bro. And they'll just take care of the rest of it. That happens a lot on Kickstarter, and I kind of want to increase the odds of that happening. Kevin Garcia is asking, have you shared to groups outside your usual groups? Yes, I have. I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks, to the point where I've gone to international groups. I posted in a German Batman appreciation group today and a Brazilian Batman appreciation group today. And I made sure that in my post, I translated my text to the language of that group. So yes, I've been doing it a lot. I've been doing a lot of sharing. I think all that's missing now is more bandwagon. So, 82 is a great number, but I think when people go and look, they might be thinking 82, really, that's it? Like, we can't even crack 100. So, I would suggest, if you haven't done it already, go and be the next backer, be one of the next backers. I will be checking the Kickstarter page periodically through this video tonight to see if it has gone up. Because that way I can update you guys live. The purpose of this video tonight, I want to get some movement happening during this video. I will feel 10 times better if we can get like a momentum going. And then as soon as that happens, and if you guys share your enthusiasm with other people, I guarantee you this can happen. This is it's arguably a small amount of money remaining, and I've seen Kickstarters shoot through the roof in one day. So I absolutely believe with all my heart that this has the ability to do that. I believe that. But it's going to require all hands on deck, as it were. So Valhalla's Angel saying, I tipped you. I'm assuming you're referring to tipping via Twitch. Well, I appreciate that. I don't know how tips in Twitch work, but thank you for doing that. I don't know what to do with that information, but thank you. I'm sure it's going to be helpful at some point. Thank you very much. So question, salting the tip jar. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Well, that's awesome, and I appreciate that. But the focus of this video tonight is really going to be on Kickstarter. If you haven't seen the Kickstarter page yet, it's the easiest thing. You literally go to Kickstarter.com and you search Batman. If you search Batman, my film is the first thing that comes up. I'm very, very pleased about this. And for those of you who don't know, because I've been getting this question a lot, people have said, well, I have to wait until payday. Friday is payday. And people tell me this. And I understand that. What you need to know, though, is that when you go and make a pledge on Kickstarter, you're not actually putting any money into it right away. The money doesn't go in until the end of the campaign. In this case, that is midnight on Valentine's Day. So if you go to Kickstarter right now and you make a pledge right now, it's just a promissory thing. You're not actually moving any money around. It's just a promissory thing. So I would encourage you to do it now so people who go and look can go, oh, I see that this is moving. And then when the campaign gets funded on Valentine's Day, that's when the money goes over. So just to clarify, pledging now does not take any money away from anybody. It's just a promise. That's all it is. And that's why I'm making this video tonight, because I keep getting that question over and over again. It's probably my number one question, a point of confusion. Question number 2 that I get a lot, or I guess number 3, because I already mentioned the what if I only have $5 thing. Question number 3 on my list of questions is, what happens if you don't get funded? Well, that's a very good question. It's one that I've been trying to avoid because I don't like the answer. And the answer is nothing. Nothing happens. None of the money that anybody pledged ends up going. It doesn't get returned to anybody because it never left you in the first place. So literally right now, everything is just a pledge. So if it doesn't hit the goal, if Kickstarter doesn't hit the goal, nothing happens. Question number 4 has been, well, can you move the deadline? Like it looks like you're getting support, but maybe people need a little bit more time. And I'm totally sympathetic to that. It's out of my hands. Kickstarter, once you lock in a date, that's it. They don't let you go in and change it. So the date is locked in at midnight Valentine's Day. That is the cutoff point of the whole thing. Somebody else asked me, hey, can you change the amount of money that you have as the goal? Because if you made the goal $7,000, well, you already have hit that goal, and you'd at least be able to keep that chunk of it. And the answer to that is no. It's not my choice. It's a Kickstarter thing. What you do in the very beginning of setting up a Kickstarter is you set a goal and you set a date, and neither of those things can be altered. Once you lock them in place, they are locked in place. And the only way that your campaign gets successfully funded is if before the end of the date, if you hit the goal that you set. You can go above, but you can't go below. So that's it. Rachel is asking, how safe is Kickstarter for my debit card? That's a great question. As far as I've been seeing, very safe. They've been around for, I don't know how many years now, maybe 10 years. And I myself have participated in 6 different Kickstarters, meaning 6 where I put my own money towards another cause. I've done it 6 times. I've never had any problems. As far as I know, if there is a problem, Kickstarter takes care of any kind of security issues. And then this is, as far as Kickstarters that I've run, this is the second one that I've run. The first one was last year. And that one was for the animation convention that I want to put on in Austin. And I'm just going to touch on that for just a minute, because another question I've been getting recently is, hey, whatever happened to that? I got like 2 people who asked me that recently. Whatever happened to your Kickstarter campaign from last year? Well, what happened was it was successfully funded, and all of the merchandise and stuff that people were promised in the as a reward, all those rewards have been given out to everybody successfully. The only thing that didn't happen was the event, and that's because of COVID-19. Now, I have been in close talks with the venue that wanted to put the event on, and they still want to do it. Back in December, I asked the venue, I said, hey guys, can we just do like a virtual event in December? That way, at least we did something. And then maybe I'll shoot for, an in-person one down the road. And they said, we don't want to do a virtual event. We think this is going to be something that's really big. Let's just hold on for a few months. That's what they told me. They're like, let's see where things are in April. Let's see how, after all the vaccines, start rolling out. Let's see where things are in April. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what's going on in April. Maybe we'll be able to do that. I will let everybody know. I hope we can put an event together soon. But I did not forget about that campaign. Don't worry. And like I said, all the rewards were sent out to everybody who backed it. So as far as that part of it, as far as the stuff that I can control, I made good on those promises. The only thing I didn't make good on was the gathering of a lot of people in one place. And obviously I can't do that right now. Thank you to Valhalla's Angel for all these little Mario icons. I'm guessing that means you just pumped up Kickstarter a little bit, and you did. Thank you so much for that. So we are now up to 83 individuals who have jumped on the Kickstarter bandwagon. Again, if you haven't done it yet, just go to Kickstarter.com and search Batman. You will see my project there. If you need any help, you can always reach out to me. But thank you to Valhalla's Angel for pushing everything up one notch. I promise you it makes a difference because, again, everything helps. We're just chipping away at that final goal there. Now, what's going to happen on Valentine's Day, you may ask? What happens if you go all the way with this and you get funded by Valentine's Day? What are you going to do? Well, I'll probably do another one of these videos, and it'll be very celebratory, and I'll probably give you all kinds of inside information as to what I'm working on because I already started making the movie. Maybe that wasn't the smartest move, but I didn't want to wait. So I already started making the film. And as soon as Valentine's Day gets here, I will start ramping up production again and start up the interview process, meaning I'm interviewing people who are involved with Batman the Animated Series. So I've done 2 interviews so far, and I would like to do more, but until Valentine's Day gets here, I am going to be holding off just a little bit, more, just to make sure that this thing gets funded. What other questions are people asking me? Let's take a look. Oh yeah, another question I get a lot is, hey, is there going to be a hard copy? I'm all about supporting you if there's going to be a hard copy. So the only thing I can tell you about that is I wish there could be a hard copy, and maybe there can be a hard copy down the road. But the problem here is I don't own the rights to resale. So I can't sell something that's got Batman's like clips from the animated series. I can't do that for legal reasons. Now, what I will tell you is, hold on, I'm getting like a bunch of texts right now, and let me just answer one of them. One second here. Can't talk now. I am live streaming. So people seem to find me at the most wonderful moments. Anyway, where I was going with that was part of the thing that the Kickstarter money, you may be wondering, where's the money going? Okay, one of the places it's going is creating all the rewards and using for shipping out to you guys. But one of the other things it's going to be going to is legal fees. I have to go into this and bring on someone in the entertainment law world, and I need to run everything by them just to make sure that I'm doing everything properly. And in that process, if I find out that there can be a DVD or a Blu-ray, then of course from there I'll let everybody know about it. But at this point in time, the goal of the Kickstarter is raise the production budget so that the film can be made. And once the film is made, I'm just going to let it be free for everybody, okay? Whether you've contributed to this Kickstarter or not, I have no way of controlling that. It's going to be free to the world, okay? I'm literally raising the funds just so that I can put myself squarely on this project and be working on this project full time. And then the reward for all you guys is you get a movie out of it. I'm going to do all the work. I'm going to do all the work, and you guys are going to be able to enjoy that. So thank you also to Valhalla's Angels. She's saying, I'm switching back over to Facebook. Thank you for switching back over to Facebook. Thank you for being over on Twitch. I don't get enough love on Twitch, so I always appreciate that. And Amanda says $5 is totally worth it. It is, Amanda, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on this end of things. What I'm saying to everybody is $5. You can't really rent you can rent a movie, I guess, for $5 in certain circumstances. But a lot of circumstances these days, new movies on like some of the streaming services, for example, some of them want to charge you like $30 or whatever. And granted, those movies are made with millions of dollars, and I'm aware of the difference here. But I do think that the efforts that I'm putting in here are going to be worth at least $5. Amanda says, cup of coffee. Yes, think of it as a cup of coffee. I appreciate it. Oh, Amber's here. Oh, you're live. Hi, Phil. I am. As I was saying earlier, Amber, I mistakenly thought that tonight was Wednesday, and I was prepping myself for my show with Mario, which is tomorrow night, by the way, everybody. If you haven't watched my weekly show with Mario, that happens on Wednesday nights. I thought it was tonight, and I was totally like ramping myself up for it. And I even texted Mario. I said, "Are you ready for the show tonight?" And he goes, "No, because it's Tuesday." And I said, Oh, well, I might as well go and do a live stream then, because I already had it in my head that I was going to do one. I even like cooked dinner early and everything. I got everything ready around here so I could do this. So I was like, well, I guess I'm doing a live stream. So there you go. Anyway, tonight we are talking about Kickstarter. If you have questions about anything related to Kickstarter, please let me know. I'm answering all your questions live right now, and I'm announcing if new backers come through. As of right now, we are currently up to 83 individual backers. So thank you to all the individual backers. If you're watching this video and you haven't done it yet, I would encourage you to throw $5 in. I don't think you'll miss it at the end of the month. Just saying, I think it's a pretty harmless amount to ask for. But if enough people do it, this thing can go all the way in like 24 hours. And that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about tonight. I'm gonna try to do this broadcast for an hour if I can. I might run out of things to say or talk about, so we'll see how much longer I can keep that going. Amber says, well, I'll be there too. Oh yes, I'm sure you are a regular at the Artist Conversations show that happens on Wednesday nights. Those of you who have not seen Artist Conversations, it's a weekly show between myself and my friend Mario, also known as Feliciano, and we do that live from the Artist Conversations page on Facebook. It's also on my Twitch channel, and it's also on my YouTube channel. If you need any help with those, let me know. Amanda Stare says, I miss your streams, dude. LOL. Well, you're here right now. This is one. And then the one I do on Wednesday nights with Mario, I mean, that's probably as close as it gets to what I did earlier in the year. What Amanda is referring to there, folks, is a show that I did early in the year, which was called Whatever This Is. I did that show for 72 days straight. It was 1 hour live streaming for 72 days. And it was pretty fun. And sometimes it was really awkward, and other times not so much. Chris Trotter says, it's not Wednesday? Yeah, Chris, I really thought today was Wednesday. I'm not kidding. This is not a gimmick so I could come talk about Kickstarter. I was, in my head, today was Wednesday, and I was thinking, tomorrow's Thursday, I'll just do my live stream tomorrow, and I'll do tonight's with Mario. And then I texted Mario, and I was like, ready? And he goes, I'm not ready. Tonight's Tuesday. And I said, what sorcery is this? Because I could have sworn today was Wednesday. I don't even know why that happened, but it did. So I guess I'll be here again tomorrow night talking with you guys. But tomorrow night it'll be with Mario, not just with me. Tonight it's just me. And once again, I'm Amber says 1 hour for 72 days straight, and you're worried about running out of things to say now? I know, but I'm keeping tonight very, very specific. That's why I'm saying that. I think when I did the live stream show earlier last year, I had like a lot of different topics prepared, and there was a lot of audience participation. Sometimes it would go past 15 people watching, and it was hard to keep up with everything that people were saying. So, that's why I'm saying it was a little bit easier on me to do that. Plus, I prepped a lot of stuff to talk about during those shows too. Not every time, but a lot of times I did prep a lot of stuff. So anyway, as a refresher, if you're just coming in, the reason why I'm doing this Kickstarter video tonight, the reason why the video is happening is because I've been getting questions all week, last week, this week, and I wanted to kind of address those. And I wanted to encourage you, if you haven't already jumped onto the Kickstarter bandwagon, I'm encouraging you to do that tonight, because there needs to be some forward momentum. That's how these things move the rest of the way. So even if for you that means $5 and that's it, well then I would welcome you to do that, because it all counts and it all helps. When people go to the Kickstarter and they see the amount left to go, it can be intimidating. And so we can reduce that intimidation by increasing the number of people that have participated and decreasing the number of dollars needed to be raised. So as of right now, as it stands, I'm going to do a check-in with Kickstarter. We are currently at 83 individual backers, 83. And I think it's entirely possible to go higher than that. And there are still 5 days remaining in this event. Put me to work, everybody. Doing this Kickstarter will, it's not going to be like, cool, now I can sit back and relax and just count my mad stacks of cash. No, like immediately it's going to be time for me to start making the movie. And that's what I'll be doing every flipping day. And I want to do it. So plus I've already started, you guys. I've already got 2 interviews recorded. One is with Batman director Kevin Altieri, and the other is with writer and executive producer Tom Ruegger. You may know Tom Ruegger as the creator of Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain. So I've already done those interviews, and I have a number of other interviews lined up. So those folks will be meeting with me probably starting next week. Once this thing gets funded, I'll start scheduling. I actually already have an interview scheduled in March with Dan Reba. Dan Reba was also a director from the animated series. And so he and I will be doing our interview in March. Amanda Stair says, Phil is a heck of a worker. Thank you, Amanda. I greatly appreciate that. I very much would enjoy to be working on this film full time. That's what I want to do. And I also want to remind everyone that, like, look, I'm well aware that not everybody feels comfortable participating right now. So, look, I get it. There's times can be tough for everybody, and I'm not ignorant to that fact. So, if you are willing to share the campaign with someone, that would mean a great deal to me. And again, if you want to know where the Kickstarter campaign is, just go to Kickstarter.com and search Batman. If you search Batman, mine is the first project to pop up, which is pretty awesome. And no, I did not set it up that way. That's just something that happened, which was very, very convenient and nice. Yeah. So anyway, that's how you can locate the campaign. You can then just like copy the address and share it to your friends and family. Tell everybody to just like chip in a little bit. I guarantee you it'll be very amazing to see the results once everyone jumps in. I will say something that surprised me quite a bit has been that the majority of the people that have jumped in have done so for a higher amount than I thought people would do. I kind of went into this with some misconceptions. I thought, the Batman fan base is going to jump in and they're going to throw in like $3, $5, and there's going to be like 1,000 people that are going to do like $3 or $5 or something like that. And I've been proven wrong on that. We're not even at 100 backers, and yet the goal is almost there. So first of all, let me just take a little bit of time here to say thank you to all the generous people, all 83 of you who have jumped in to see this movie happen. This is legitimately, like, there is a goal at the end of this. The end of this is everyone gets a movie to watch, and I hope you know from previous things that I've put out there that I'm going to take it very seriously. I'm going to do my absolute best. And then beyond making the movie, that's another question I've been getting this week. What's next? What are you going to do if you get to make this movie? Well, a couple things. I'm going to see how far I can take the movie. And what I mean by that is I'm going to look and see if Warner Brothers is interested in maybe acquiring it from me and doing something with it. I'm going to see if they want to do that. I'm well aware of the risk of that. That they might ask me to pull it off YouTube. I hope not. I hope that doesn't happen. But my hope is that they will embrace it and then go, this is really cool. Let's see if we can, promote this or maybe put it on HBO Max or something. I don't know. But that's one of my goals. The other goal, and this goal kind of ties in with something that one of the backers on Twitter has asked me. I've actually been getting a lot of support coming in from Twitter recently, which has been amazing. I've never really had any support from Twitter, so recently, that's been a pleasant surprise. But the person on Twitter, he was like, hey, what's next? Are you going to do another documentary? Are you going to pick another animated series? And they said, if so, may I suggest Animaniacs? That's entirely possible. I may do that. I don't know. But something I will tell you guys is you may have noticed that when you go to the Kickstarter page and you look at the title of the film, you may have noticed that the title is Stay Tuned Presents Batman the Animated Series. And the reason why I did that is because if I am able to go and make more films, they will be underneath the umbrella title of Stay Tuned Presents. So, in other words, someday you may see Stay Tuned Presents Animaniacs, or Stay Tuned Presents Thundercats, or Stay Tuned Presents Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know. I'm just working in the space that I have right now. And right now, if I'm living in the here and now, I got to focus on this Kickstarter campaign and get this thing funded. So anything you guys can do to help me push that to its goal would be great, because I know I've been talking a lot about it recently. And once it's funded, you will not hear me talk about it for a while because I'll be hard at work on the film. I'll probably go back to posting cat pictures in all actuality. Maybe I'll post some updates on the progress of what I'm working on. Something I love about Kickstarter, by the way, is once you are a backer, you become in the loop and you get emailed personally when I post an update on the progress of things. I've posted, I think, 16 updates so far. So those of you who have been on board since the very beginning, you have gotten special secret emails about my updates every time one of those happens, which has been really great because it's a way that I can keep in touch with you guys, those who have supported the project. So I'm going to do a quick check. We are now up to 84. An 84th backer has popped in. Thank you so much. And I am not going to say who did it, but thank you so kindly to the person who just dropped in and dropped in 45 bones. Thank you so much for that. That's greatly appreciated. Putting in 45 is like 9 people putting in 5. So thank you for was my math right on that? Yeah. Like 9 people putting in 5. So thank you to that one person, backer number 84, for becoming essentially 9 people. That's amazing, and I genuinely appreciate it. I'm telling you guys, if this thing can get pushed further and further, and it gets up to that last $1,000, I wouldn't be surprised if someone popped in and did a large amount. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I want to say it was 24 hours ago, somebody did a $1,000 pledge. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen. I did make a couple of rewards that are in that tier. I did do that, but I was like, nah, who's going to do that? Who's going to do $1,000? Someone did it, and I actually do not know the person. So I'm very grateful and very curious as to who they are. And one of the reasons why I'm curious as to who they are is because they chose the reward that gets them a one-on-one Zoom conversation with me. They could have chosen to go with the one-on-one Zoom conversation with Kevin Altieri, but they chose to go with the one with me. And that is a very flattering and also very confusing, because I would have chosen Kevin. But it happened. So thank you to that person so much. I'm not ungrateful in the least. And I will tell you that if one person can jump in for 1,000, I'm sure somebody else will do it. But it'll probably happen closer to the end. So let's push it. Let's get it closer there, and make it easy for that person, because I think what's going to happen, I see this in a lot of Kickstarters, is it gets really, really close to the end, and then someone is like, oh, what the heck, let me just push it over and get this thing over with. Someone does that. But when there's over $2,000 still left to go, I don't see someone doing that right now. So let's get it, like, let's right now it's at 772.76. If we can get it up to 8, there might be some people who are going to throw in some crazy big pledges in the last days of this campaign. So let's not worry about the fact that there's another $2,000 after that. Let's just focus on the 276 and turn that into making us break past the 8,000, the 8K mark. That's my goal. That's my goal, and I'm sticking to it. We are at 35 minutes into this video, and I don't think I have any other questions that people have asked me, but I am going to reiterate them really quickly because some of you guys came in later. So let me go over what you might have missed. People have been asking me, what happens if you don't get funded with this Kickstarter project, Phil? And I will reiterate, the answer is nothing happens, meaning Anthony DePaula says, I'll make sure you get to that goal. Oh, man, you are so kind. Let's not put it all on Anthony. Let's not do this, folks. Don't make Anthony do that. That's such a sweet thing for him to say. But I don't want Anthony to do that. I'm very touched by that. Thank you, Anthony. That means so much to me. But everybody, let's not do that to Anthony. Poor Anthony's already done so much already. Amanda Stare says, I'll be your cheerleader. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. You have always been a wonderful friend and cheerleader. So to answer the questions again, I'm just going to go through them real quick and eat up some time, and maybe somebody else will have a question in the live chat. Give me a thing in the live chat so I can address that here. To reiterate, what happens if the Kickstarter doesn't get funded? Well, what happens is nothing. None of the money that anybody pledges will end up exchanging hands. Like, it's not a refund because you never put any money into it to begin with. So pledging is harmless. If you're worried about pledging and you're like, I'm not sure if I can do this right now because Friday is payday. If you do it now and it's successful, it won't come out until Tuesday. So that's after payday. So don't worry about payday. Do it now and let's get it there quickly so that I can start being able to have a decent night's rest again. That's my motivation. Let Phil get a decent night's rest again. And will the film happen if the Kickstarter doesn't get funded? Probably not, you guys. Probably not. It's such a massive undertaking that it's gonna require my full undivided attention. If I don't get this thing funded, the problem will be I will probably have to go and do some things that will divide my attention quite a bit. And could I be working on the film in the background? Maybe, but instead of getting it out to you by April, which is my goal, it would be more like December, if at all. So, and the reality is, I would like to get this thing done by April because I have other plans. No, not other documentaries right now. Maybe more documentaries down the road. I'm hoping to do another documentary down the road. But I think once this one's done, I'm gonna need a little bit of a break from Kickstarter and a little bit of a break from documentary making. And I have some storyboarding that I really want to do for Retail Sunshine. Those of you who don't know, I'm going to take a little moment away from Kickstarter and talk about Retail Sunshine for just a hot minute, because some of you supporters have gotten to know me through this campaign. You didn't know who I was before this Batman campaign. So to you, I'm just a Batman filmmaker. You don't know me as any other kind of artist. Well, I'm letting you know right now, I absolutely am an artist. I'm a cartoonist specifically. And I released a mini documentary in December, and it's called Sparking Sunshine. No, not Sparkling Sunshine with an L, Sparking without an L. I say that because everybody says sparkling. It's not sparkling. Sparking Sunshine, you can watch for free on my YouTube channel, and you can watch it for free on Amazon Prime Video. And basically, that film in 10 minutes sums up a lot about who I am as a cartoonist and a filmmaker. So if you haven't watched Sparking Sunshine, go watch it now. It'll kind of tide you over until this Batman film happens. And that will give you an idea as to the kind of stuff that I like to do. Why am I talking about this right now? Well, the reason I'm talking about it right now is because when this Kickstarter campaign is finished, when the Batman film is finished, I would really like to go back and make my pilot episode of Retail Sunshine. I really, really want to do that. I've already written the script. My next step is to do storyboarding. So that's probably what I'm going to work on after the Batman film, just in case you're wondering. Will I do more documentaries? Yeah, probably. I don't know if it's going to happen right away. I like to give myself a little bit of break and do some other things. Amanda Stair says, hey, I got my mom to pledge. You did? Well, bless your heart for doing that. Thank you. Let me go see if the pledge number changed. Well, it hasn't changed yet. It still says 84. But thank you for pressuring your mom. Somebody on YouTube says called Chill Creep. I don't know who Chill Creep is. Well, hi, Chill Creep. Welcome to my channel. And they say hashtag let Phil sleep 2021. Yeah, I don't want to sleep for the whole year. I just want to get some sleep. But yeah, so I've got these storyboards sitting right next to me, you guys. These are blank storyboards. You can see right here. I have a very tiny, scrawny, sketched out Retail Sunshine logo. These blank storyboards I'm going to be using hopefully very soon, and I'm going to start making the plans for a hand-drawn animated pilot episode about my comic strip. So yeah, that's what's next on my list. I don't think I'll be doing any kind of fundraising for it. I'm just going to make that film. So don't worry. I'm not going to hit you all up again for this. I honestly didn't really want to do another Kickstarter after the one I did last year because of how stressful that was. But when this project was presented to me by the individual who brought it to my attention, they were saying, well, we need a production budget. And they said, what if we do $10,000 and we do it on Kickstarter instead of going and finding funding from private investors or corporations? What if we take this project to the fans and we let them support it? And then, that way it's like this nice thing where you're putting out the film for free and the fans can enjoy it. And then they can feel like they were a part of it because they got to help it get funded. And I said, let's do it. I will tell you right now, I have faith that this can go all the way, but I don't know if I'm going to want to do another Kickstarter after this. If I do another Kickstarter after this, it will be small. It'll probably be like $1,000 or something like that. It will be just small things so that I can maybe make some new merchandise. Those of you who don't know when I say new merchandise, what I'm talking about, here is an existing piece of merchandise from Retail Sunshine. This, folks, is one of my favorite things that I've ever made. This is a enamel pin based off of the hand puppet from one of my main characters in Retail Sunshine. Yes, it is a pin. You can see the pin back right there. So, I would love to do more of those kinds of projects where maybe like a short run, not too much money needed, easy goals, maybe like 30 days to raise $1,000. I mean, so that I could see me doing again. But something this scale, 10 grand, I'll tell you right now, it has been stressful to say the least. But again, thank you so much, everybody, for jumping on board. Let's see if I have any other notes to give you guys. Not at the moment. We are currently here's an update. We are currently at 84 backers. I would love to get that number higher before tonight is over, and let's just see it go up. I don't care if it's like the tiniest amount. Think of it as a movie rental. That's what I'm telling everybody. Just the movie comes out later in the year, but you're renting it now, and then later in the year you can watch it for free. But really, just think of it like you rented it early, okay? I will tell you one more question that people have asked me. How do we know you're going to stick with this? How do we know you're going to actually make the film? Well, I've already started making the film, first of all. And second of all, I think if anyone doesn't know this already, I'm somebody who is a man of my word. I stick to projects all the way through. Sometimes they take a little bit longer than I thought, but I tend to stick all the way through. This project does have an IMDb page. If you're not already aware of that, you can go to IMDb. You can search Stay Tuned Presents and you will find it. Or you can search for me and you'll see it under my list of credits. And Amanda says, OMG, he's going to make the film. Wait, which film are you talking about? The Batman one? Because I think I already established that like a while ago. Which one are you OMGing about? About Retail Sunshine? I'm wondering what your OMG is for. I'm also wondering who Chill Creep is, because where have you been? Welcome to YouTube. I'm happy to have you. The Batman one. Yeah, of course I'm going to make it. Of course I'm going to make it, but it's got to get there. The funding has to get there. If the funding doesn't get there, Phil will have to do something very, very different, and it will not be filmmaking. Phil may have to prostitute himself on the street corner, or start giving plasma if this doesn't happen. Phil doesn't want to do those things. Phil is now speaking in the third person, which is not where I saw this going tonight. But thanks for your concern, if you were concerned about the plasma stuff. Yeah, and let me tell you how many hats I'm wearing for this project, folks. Writing the film. Research and development. I've done a massive ton of research for this film. Interviewing everybody that's going to be in it, doing that. Directing. I am directing the film. Editing. I'm editing the video. I'm editing the sound. I'm doing color correction. I'm doing audio mastering. Promotion. I've been doing tons of promotion for this project and film. So don't worry. I have plenty to do on my plate. Once this thing goes, I have lots of stuff to do. I will not be without things to do. Trust me. There are some folks, if you notice on the Kickstarter page, you'll notice that there are a list of names of people who worked on the animated series who will be in this documentary. And you also may notice that there are some people not listed. And I want to take just a couple minutes to talk about that. If people are not listed, it doesn't mean that they won't be in the film. It means they haven't given me a yes yet. Now, they may never give me a yes. That is entirely possible, so don't expect anything. But I am telling you that the list you're seeing on Kickstarter is not at all a final list. The list is fluctuating. Sometimes I add people to it. Sometimes people have conflicts of schedule, or something else comes up, and they have to remove themselves. It's already happened a few times. Don't panic. It doesn't mean the film's not happening. It means that this is what it is. This is what happens. People have different schedules. So once things start moving forward, and I'm going in the process of doing all the interviews, and let's say a month goes by and we're into March, and I'm like, cool, everything's looking really good. I have room for another person. I will reach out to more people and say, hey, I'd love to have you in the film just for a couple minutes. So there might be an increased number of people that are in it that don't show up on IMDb and don't show up on Kickstarter. Don't let those lists completely define in your minds what you can expect. The other thing I want to tell you is I have done 2 interviews so far, and I have learned things that I never knew before in both interviews. And that means you, the fans, will be learning things you've never known before. I'm pretty certain these are things that have not been released to the general public, and they have not been put into other documentaries or Batman videos on YouTube. So I'm really, really excited that there's a really good chance that this documentary is going to be like breaking news for stuff that just hasn't been talked about. Not because it's not allowed, but because no one seems to be bringing it up. And it's not offensive. It's not gossip. It's just stuff that has been swept under the rug over the years. And that happens sometimes with productions. There's a lot of different angles. So what you need to know is not only am I coming at this film as a director, I'm coming at it as a fan. I used to run home from school when I was 13, roughly 13, I think it was 13, to watch Batman the Animated Series every day. I want to say it was on 4 o'clock on Fox Kids or something like that. And whether it was a rerun or not, I was coming home to watch Batman. So this is a show that has immense personal importance to me. So I want you to know, of course, I'm going to be taking it with the utmost sincerity. Absolutely. So just keep that in mind if you have any concerns. The other thing I want to put out there is my door is always open. If you guys are, like curious as to what's going on behind the scenes, if you're like, hey, I haven't heard an update from you for a while, I am going to put updates on the Kickstarter page. Don't worry. But if you're like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while, what's going on? You can reach out. You can always reach out to me through email or through social media. Social media is preferable. I will also tell you guys, I was going to tell you something. My cat just walked across and distracted me. Oh, yes. If you would like to get updates from me about other art-related things, I have a newsletter that's free. All you got to do is go to filmaki.com, and at the very top of the website, there's a bar, and in the bar, you will see the word news. If you hover over news, you can select newsletter, and it just takes a quick moment to type in which email address you're okay with using, and you'll be on the list. One of the things that I am in the process of doing behind the scenes right now has been submitting Sparking Sunshine, the mini documentary I made last year, to film festivals. I just found out a few days ago that it has been accepted into what's called the Standalone Film Festival and Awards. This is a brand new film festival that is, I believe, out of LA. It was worldwide. They had thousands of submissions of films worldwide, and they have selected a little over 500 films to be in this festival. It's a really interesting festival. To my knowledge, this is the first time they are doing an entirely virtual festival where everybody can buy a ticket, but the ticket just gets you access to watching all 500 plus of these films. And then when you're done watching them, you can vote on the ones that you like the best for the different categories. And I guess at the end of March 31st, they're going to tally up all the votes, and they're going to have a big awards ceremony, I think in LA, for who won all the awards. Well, as soon as Sparking Sunshine is mentioned on their homepage, I will go ahead and let all of you guys know in case you feel like watching it on there and voting for it. As it stands, yes, it's been accepted, but no, it is not visible on their website yet. They just asked me for permission for them to download a copy of it so they can use it, and I just gave them the yes. And now in that website, it shows me a yes or no if they've downloaded it yet, and they haven't downloaded it yet. So I imagine things are going to be taking them a little bit of time because they have 500 plus films to download and then re-upload onto their site. So that is what's going on with Sparking Sunshine. I don't know if it's going to win any awards, but I can also tell you that on February 20th, I will know about another film festival that I submitted to. I don't know if I'm going to get in, but I'll know by the end of the month. So if you're curious about those things and you sign up for the newsletter, this is a long-winded way of me telling you to sign up for the newsletter so you can find out what's going on. Amanda says, Phil, how long are you going to be streaming? Probably another 6 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes, and then I have to go rest my throat and probably eat some Oreos. That's what I think I'm going to do after this. So 5 or 6 minutes, Amanda. But you're not at all obligated to be here. If you need to go, this is going to be available to replay on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So You're not obligated to stay here. It's okay. I am not holding anyone hostage. I could also just end it early. Let's call this last call then. Last call. If you have any questions for me about anything art related, preferably about this Batman Kickstarter, please put that question in the comments below. I will address it right now. This is your time to ask me anything. And then, of course, I hope you'll join me tomorrow night for Artist Conversations. It's between me and my buddy Mario, and we talk for an hour, and it's great. Amanda says, no, it was more of a question of my transaction will take 15 minutes. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I trust you. I'll be checking it obsessively the rest of the night. Don't you worry. I'll be refreshing the rest of the night. So as it stands at the end of this live stream right now, it looks like we are at 84 pledges, 84 individual pledges. I would love to see this number climb up to 100 people. 100 people, I think it's totally reasonable. I have 2,300 friends. I don't have that many fans. 2,300 friends on Facebook, and there's 84 people that have pledged, and I would say not all 84 of them are friends of mine on Facebook, so even less than 84. So if you're watching this, what are you waiting for? Head over to Kickstarter.com, search for Batman, find my project. It's the first one that pops up. It has 84 pledges right now. It needs more. And we got 5 days to get the remaining funds so that I can go to work. This is not so that I can sit on my laurels. It's so I can make a feature-length documentary film about one of the greatest cartoons ever made, Batman the Animated Series, which if you haven't watched it somehow, you need to go and get yourself on HBO Max and watch Batman the Animated Series, because they started it as an available streaming show as of January of this year. So Warner Brothers made it, DC made it so that you could watch Batman the Animated Series anytime you want. If you have an HBO Max account, if you don't, go get an HBO Max account. I'm not endorsed by HBO Max. I'm just saying you should do it because Batman the Animated Series is worth supporting. If you're not into the streaming platform of HBO Max, then I would say go on your favorite movie buying website, find yourself a copy, because they released the entire animated series on Blu-ray. And that's the version I have, and that's the version I watch, is the version on Blu-ray. So I would encourage you to pick up a copy of it as well. But if you don't feel like dropping, I think it's like $70 or something like that for the Blu-ray, you could just get HBO Max and watch it there, and maybe watch it all in like the span of 1 month. You could do that too. So here we are at 2 minutes to the hour. I might as well keep talking for another 2 minutes. Thank you to everybody who has been watching this live stream. Thanks to everybody on Twitch. Thanks to everybody on YouTube. Thanks to everybody on Facebook. Thanks to everybody who has pledged for this Kickstarter. I can't tell you how much it means to me. It's a huge honor that 84 people believe in what I'm doing. I'm hoping there are more. And do like what Amanda did and get your mom to pledge too. I love her spirit. That's amazing. If you've already pledged and you know somebody else in your life who you think would find this to be worthwhile, I would encourage you highly to go and nibble on that person's ear a little bit, or maybe whisper in their ear. Nibbling on it sounds like something else is going on. Whisper in that person's ear and say, hey, person who I know, this guy is doing a really cool film and I want to see it happen. And the way we can make that happen is by getting on board with his Kickstarter project. This is how it goes. Every movie needs a production budget. This is how I'm getting my production budget. This is it. Other movies, they get it from studios or they get it from private investors or something like that. I don't have that luxury to do that. So I am going to all of you out there, and I think collectively this can absolutely happen. before the end of 5 days. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. I'm super excited. I can't wait to make this movie. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be talking to you guys tomorrow night with my buddy Mario, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow night, Artist Conversations, right here, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Have a great night, everybody.